It's your girl, Cadence Harper. So as I mentioned when I was streaming this particular game with my very good friend, Golden Kenji, the campaign for this game actually kind of slaps, so I thought I'd go ahead and stream it for my beautiful Earthlings. It is more story focused, so we are actually going to shut up for the cutscenes.
As far as India. And here we find another person whose fate was entwined with the two swords.
I will do voice acting as well, though, if it needs it.
Consumed by the evil seed, yet still with presence of mind. A link between chaos and this world. You are quite the interesting one.
Thanks, lmao.
Still, you will eventually succumb to the chaos, unless you engrave a clear image of yourself onto your soul.
Okay. Well, I guess I should engrave a clear image of myself. I don't have a soul engraving machine. Alright. So, we are going to be a girl, believe it or not. I thought for a long time about what I wanted to do. I think we're gonna go ahead and make a full-ass OC and get fully invested in the lore. She is going to be small because I do like the +2 power, though. And thin, because that's just my preference. Let's make her cute. The world hasn't beaten her down yet, you know? What kind of haircut do we like? What kind of haircut do we like? That's pretty. That's sort of like messy refined, you know? Like, that's kind of a weird, that's kind of a, what's the word? Oxymoron, but like, it's sort of like, yes, I'm a princess, but I don't care. I guess, that's kind of, I do like the drills, obviously. You know, I guess we should start by establishing who our character is before we worry about how they look, you know? So, let's say we're a wandering mercenary, we have a strong sense of justice, but unfortunately justice doesn't pay the bills, so we take jobs here and there. We keep our hair up, no muss, no fuss. But I don't know that we'd bother with that. We have a strong sense of justice, but we also need to put food on the table. Let me come back to you guys in once I actually have a fucking identity for this character. And we're back, alrighty. So what we've decided on is the daughter of a smith, adopted daughter, sort of. She doesn't much care for her. Alrighty, and we're back. We've decided on a girl named Rose Hecate. She's a gambler by nature, but she grew up very, very poor. You know, made some bad bets here and there, and is looking sort of to redeem herself a little bit. She's a good person, but she's not too fussed with all of that, you know? She sort of leaves it all in the background. She's always searching for the next thrill in life, something interesting, you know? The number one thing she hates is being bored. So what kind of hair would a person like that have? Something messy. Something messy. But I feel like long, because she is also pretty confident in how pretty she is. So I think this suits her, you know? Something messy, but pretty. Eyebrows, not too much. Both will fit.
Are you ready? Care to dance with me?
Ooh, that's like
Care
her.
to dance with me? Care to dance with me?
No, we're
Care
gonna
to
go
dance
for
with
the
me?
sexy lower voice, yeah. Yeah. Let's make her hair red, obviously, for Rose Hecate. There we go, that's like perfect. What color are her eyes? Let's give her some pretty green eyes. Yeah. That's pretty. There we go. Weapon style. You know, Rose would probably use something a little bit more interesting. Maybe the ring blade. Or the, snake sword. But for me personally, we're gonna go with the Zweihander. Her name is Rose. Here we go. Alrighty, Rose.
If you can keep a hold of who you are, you will
I'm
be
Rose
able to
Hecate.
stave off the chaos.
I just engraved that on my soul.
Now arise.
Fight?
Take up your weapon and fight.
I was gonna
Your
take a sippy
life
from my drink,
depends on
but
it.
like, why are you trying to throw down with me? You literally were just like, yeah, you're about to die from the chaos, but let's fight. Zossalamel, come on now. Alrighty. Are we fighting Zossalamel, or are we fighting someone else? Okay, Rose, Nightmare. Let's go, 1584, 80. I don't know what that was, guys. When I woke up, my head was pounding. Maybe it was the nightmare I'd had, but I could barely catch my breath or stop shaking. Ah, you're finally awake. It seems you had quite the nightmare. A man in a hood stood at my side. His appearance suggested someone quiet but strong-willed. My name is Zossalamel, and I know what's happened to you. You were greatly affected by the evil seed. You escaped becoming a Malfested, but I'm afraid you may not escape death. What is the evil seed? It is a great evil that burst forth from Western Europe as a torrent of light and rained down around the world. Is that all you have to tell me about it? Seriously? Okay, so there was some big event in giant light in Europe and it affected us? What's a Malfested? They are beings whose bodies and minds have been twisted by evil. Symptoms vary, but some are known to become monsters. Many Malfested lose all sense of reason, become violent, and attack people. Luckily for you, fate puts you on a different path. Okay, cool. What about my nightmare and headache? Your body does not appear to have been altered by the evil seed. That's always good. However, it seems to have affected your soul, linking it to what is called the astral chaos. That sounds kind of cool. The astral chaos is a curious realm where great powers collide. In time, it will consume your soul, resulting in your death. Your nightmare and headache are a sign of what is to come. Okay, maybe not so cool. Can we go there and kill them? If you wish to continue living, come with me. I will teach you how to extend your life. Thanks, Zassy. Thanks, Zassy. Can I call him Zassy? Do you think he'd mind that? Thanks, Zassy. Alright, but we can also explore. No, we can't explore yet. Alright. If what Zossalamel told me was true, and there was a way to extend my life, I had to try it. I pursued him through a forest, but what lay ahead was a fate I could never have conceived. The air was stifling, and each step forward required an immense amount of effort. Zossalamel, however, seemed to proceed unfazed. Eventually, my eyes were greeted by something beyond my own imagination. This is an astral fissure, a rip in space and time. It is caused by the great power that flows through the earth and the evil dispersed by the evil seed. To continue living, you will need to obtain the power of the astral fissure. Naturally, it is easier said than done. Astral fissures exude a massive amount of force that will either destroy anyone weak who dares approach it, or turn them into a Malfested. However, when someone with great power approaches, a flash of light will bring with it a visitor. Roar! I can't do a good Malfested voice. Don't just sit there surprised. It looks like you've got a fight on your hands. Roar! I can't do a Malfested voice. Loading screens, yay! Alright, so I guess I have to fight. So Malfested appears just out of the astral fissure when I approach it? Okay. I don't like my armor. Can I switch into something a little cuter? Berserker, level 1, alright. Bro, this guy ain't shit. Too easy indeed. Alright, looks like it's rounds of 2, which I can handle. Is he gonna do anything or just let me fucking wail on him? And there we go. Boop. Naughty.
I like your stamina.
Bam. And he's dead. Perfect. Like, I mean, it's not his fault he became a malfested. I feel a little guilty for beating the tar out of him, but at the same time, guess I needed to. Good. The attacker burst into particles of light that soon faded. Those freakish warriors, berserkers, appear when the strong approach an astral fissure, perhaps in response to their power. Berserkers come from the memories of warriors who sought strength. To defeat them, you must simply be stronger. There is no other way. However, you can obtain phenomenal power from the fissure, which will enable you to continue living and provide resistance to the astral chaos's attempts to devour your soul. If you can withstand the astral chaos, you will no longer have to fear for your life. I'm not very good at reading this guy, I'm sorry. Now, claim your power from the astral fissure. Encouraged by Zasalamel, I thrust my arms into the astral fissure. A surge of light burst forth, flowing through my arms and into my body. My heart pounded as my body began burning feverishly. Oh jeez, am I gonna be okay? Am I gonna get malfested? As long as the scattered evil and Earth's power remain, astral fissures will continue to appear. I hear that there is another astral fissure on the outskirts of a village to the southeast. That is all I can tell you. Before you go, take this. Zasalamel revealed a set of scales, on top of which fluttered one blue flame and one red flame. These are spirit scales, otherwise known as the Libra of Soul, just like Ernlagan. Take them. Your body is overflowing with energy from the astral chaos. It is the power of chaos and of order. The state of your soul will determine which power you draw from. These scales will reveal to you which way your soul is leaning. It should help you to maintain control. Now, you must embark on a journey to save your life. So long. Why is Zasalamel helping me so much? Like, why is he helping me? So that's basically a, you know, it's a fucking morality meter, like these games always have. The journey begins. Sasuga. I still can't go to the dojo? Okay, let's just do the Blades of Fate then. That's the same one as before. Are we gonna get that regularly? And that is the Soul Edge, the cursed sword. Seems to have been imprinted on my mind. Perhaps this is what's caused the evil seed. That would make a lot of sense. I opened my eyes to an impossible sight. I was floating in a vast space. The ground was nowhere to be seen, and the sky stretched on into infinity. Ruined chunks of masonry floated nearby. A broken pillar from a temple, a half-collapsed house, a fallen tower. Structures of every shape and size from every corner of the globe. At the center of it all was an enormous whirlpool of light. I watched as a colossal building was drawn into it, bricks ripping from their mortar and accelerating into the brilliant glow. A piece of rubble made contact and disappeared into utter silence. The light captivated me with its beauty, but at the same time, it filled my heart with dread. Little by little, that terrible light was drawing me in. Struggle as I might, I could not break free of its inexorable grasp. Slowly, ever so slowly, the distance between us shrank. Maybe it was destiny for my soul to become entwined with the astral chaos. But I will not submit to destiny and allow myself to be consumed by that bright harbinger of death. I need strength, the strength to defy my fate. The light drew near, when suddenly 2 swords appeared before me. As I reached out to grasp the floating blade, a voice broke the silence. Those who desire strength must make a choice. If you value freedom and wish for the power to pursue your own path, choose the golden sword. If you value the virtues of harmony and reason, and wish for the power to bring order to a chaotic world, choose the Azure Sword. I value freedom. Nobody can tell me how to live my life. Order and harmony are important, but freedom is also important. So we're gonna go for the Golden Sword. I grasped the Golden Sword and felt a wave of power surge through me. With growing excitement, I raised the blade high, then struck a powerful blow at the swirling light. I do wish it didn't tell you which gave you more, you know, which gave you which affinity points. Like, okay, there was a red flame, so it gives me evil points. I wish it didn't tell you. Change your fate. Yeah, alter the game's story and alter the balance of the spirit scales. Okay, you may even unlock hidden mission. Well, I don't think it's evil to value freedom. I think chaos is not inherently evil. It can be, but I fought my nightmare with every fiber of my being, when out of nowhere came a voice. A voice that would lead me back to reality. Hey, you okay? You want to be careful swinging your weapon around like that by yourself. Have you maybe had a few too many drinks? Barely conscious, I couldn't tell if the nightmare had ended. A shadow of what looked like an enemy wavered in front of me. One that seemed robust, strong, and armed. I readied my weapon. My only escape from this nightmare was to fight. Easy there, I'm not looking for a fight. Well, looks like I got no choice. I like Maxi, I feel bad about fighting him. Alright, let's fight him. It's just like my Kenji collab, I'm fighting Maxi. Except this Maxi's like level 0, so he's gonna be, not too difficult, unlike Golden Kenji, who killed me a couple times. Bro, just fucking die already. I'm not asking for much, do me a favor and die. I mean, it is a fighting game at heart. We should have expected some, you know, pointless fights. I mean, pointless from a story perspective. Alright, so we just kicked the shit out of him. You back to your senses? It wasn't a nightmare. I'd been fighting for real. When I came to, a friendly, yet somewhat heroic-looking man was standing before me. The name's Maxi. What do you go by? I told Maxi my name. Rose Hecate. Rose? Nice name. Don't worry, I ain't gonna steal all your possessions or anything. You know, you got skills, but as an apology for attacking me out of nowhere, how about listening to what I got to say? It ain't nothing bad, just a job offer of sorts. According to Maxi, the residents of a nearby village suddenly vanished one day. At the same time, a mysterious hole formed nearby, from which strange creatures had started to emerge. The village head believed these creatures had attacked the villagers and ordered they be found and exterminated. I know how to handle myself, so I agreed to help, but they wanted me to take care of the hole as well as the creatures. Right when I was thinking I needed some help, I ran into you. The reward's juicier than a rare steak. How's a 50-50 split sound? The mysterious hole sounded a lot like an astral fissure. When I asked Maxi where it was, he pointed towards the direction I was already heading. I decided to accept his offer. Alright then, let's do it, partner. Ooh, he's being kind of flirty. Ooh, he's holding my hand. With a self-assured grin, he extended his hand. In the spirit of solidarity, I grasped it firmly. Firmly grasp it! I like Maxi. He's cute. He's cute. I like confident, cute. I like confident good guys like that, you know? Not to say that if you're watching this and you're nervous, that's cute too. It's very, very cute. It means I could tease you. As someone who had traveled the world, Maxi had a lot of stories to tell on our journey. All I hear nowadays is crazy talk. To the west of the continent, some lord suddenly went nuts. In another town, there was a massacre that wiped out the entire population, but nobody knows who or what caused it. I do! The lord is Raphael, and the massacre was Siegfried. Even we were attacked once by a bunch of creeps with red eyes. Maxi was the captain of a pirate crew who's venturing around the globe, yet he didn't speak in aggressive or threatening tone. You know, I forgot to ask, what's giving you the travel bug, Rose? Wary of saying too much, I mentioned there was something I needed to take care of at the astral fissure created by the evil seed. Never heard of it. Some of my crew might know something, though. I'll ask around. Man, I'm beat. I'm gonna turn in for the day. See you bright and early tomorrow. Bedtime. I'm gonna take a little sip, because, you know, this is kind of hurting my throat. Good Gatorade. I woke up with a splitting headache, the remnants of the nightmare flickering in my mind. What's up? You were calling out in your sleep. Here, drink up. I thanked Maxie and told him it was nothing. My headache had subsided, but I wasn't going to be getting any more sleep. So it looks like it's a sword icon when I have a fight. During my travels with Maxie, we came across a friendly young man who shared the same goal as us, and had a proposal. I bet he's gonna ask to join us. Suddenly, I heard a voice behind me. When I turned, there was a young man standing with a smile on his face. He gave us a small nod. Greetings. May I assume you're also heading through this forest on a mission to hunt monsters? Yeah, we are. You too? Yes. My name is Howren. Haoran. We're gonna say it's Howren. I heard there were others who'd accepted the mission, so I thought I would introduce myself. I see. I'm Maxie. This is my partner in crime, Rose. I have a suggestion. How about we join forces? While I signed up for this mission, my intent was only to save those in trouble. I have no problem splitting the reward with you. Sounds like a plan, but I'm gonna have to test your skills first. You game? Yes, of course. Let us begin. So do I get Maxie and myself and Rose for this fight, or just Rose? It'd be kind of cool if it was like team-based, you know? God, these loading screens are kind of long, actually.
Battle 1.
Ooh, lag. It's not just the netcode, Kenji, it's everything. I'm trying to get the ring out. Yeah, you're done, dude. Here we go. Rose, level 4. He's a higher level than me, but I'm still gonna kick his fucking ass. I don't know what really the levels actually do. Here we go. I believe if you charge the critical edge, it becomes unblockable, which is nice. It's very nice, in fact. Because at least in this stage, the AI will only try and block your critical edge. It won't try and hit you out of it. You win. I must say, your aggressive style is impressive. You're not so bad yourself. Where'd you pick up those staff skills? At Ling Shing Su, along my brother. To be honest, I thought I'd fare better against you. Nah, you did good. I feel like I should be asking you to join forces. You're with me, right, Rose? Of course. Then it's settled. Howren, you're on the team. Welcome aboard. Thank you. As a sign of our new friendship, how about one of Ling Sheng Su's famous cakes? I can't pronounce Chinese names, I'm sorry. No one should fight on an empty stomach. Deal me in! Come on, Rose, dig in. These guys are nice. These guys are nice. Alrighty. I got a mooncake. Cool. Alright, now we are at the Astral Fissure. Food. Different effects. Oh, look at that. I can get different effects, but I don't want any right now. A group of men stood blocking our path. They claimed to be part of an organization called the Qualifiers, and were clearly not here to make friends. Stop right there! What are you doing here? We Qualifiers watch over the area ahead. Those without permission to proceed will be turned away. Qualifiers? I've heard the name from some rumors going around recently. Something about saving humanity. Quit babbling and get out here already! We're only here to hunt monsters. If you share the same mission, it would benefit us all to work to... You think I was born yesterday? You're just trying to get to the Astral Fissure. That's Lord Aswale's, and I'll be damned if you get in his way. An astral fissure? Isn't that thing you were talking about, Rose? I knew it! Daniel, these ruffians are trying to disrupt Lord Aswale's plans. We should kill them before he arrives. That guy's voice is hard. Enraged, the man readies his weapons. Hold it, Valtro. You would hate for us to fight other people. The man let out a deep sigh and, with his blade pointed at us, continued to talk. We don't want any trouble. Just leave. It's all for our sakes, if you get me. It looks like they're not budging. Those guys have the same voice. I am not a voice actor. That just means we can skip to the good bit. Quit whispering. I, Valtro, will slay all those who stand in Lord Aswale's way. Valtro gotta chill, okay? Also, my throat is dead for doing Valtro's voice. I'm gonna take a little sip. Oh, that was close. Jonesy, be quiet, please. Mama's recording, okay? And you know what, Earthlings? You guys can call me Mommy too if you want. That's a little bit different. You're not my pets, are you? Are you? No, I love you guys. I love you guys. And the only way I'd do something like that is if you were into it. But you guys wouldn't be so weird, right? Damn, Daniel. I expected him to be a Raphael type, but it looks like he's a Jean-Noir. There we go. Just like that. Fuck you, Daniel. Break your shirt. You ain't got shit, fam. I think it's better if we stand down. Valtro, let's go. Damn you to hell! Next time we meet, you won't escape my blade. Going by what they said, it would seem Lord Aswale hasn't arrived yet. Let's head over there before things start to get messy. Who's Aswale? Do we know who Aswale is? Ooh, Giga Kuremo! Ooh. I see. Level restricted. Oh, I have all my base weapons for the other styles, but we're gonna go for the Giga Claymore because it's stronger. Oh, and we can customize ourselves. Let's do that. Let's do that. Alrighty. What do I want to wear? This is pretty poppin', pretty pussy poppin'. Can I be a bunny girl? I wanna be like a Vegas bunny girl. Something. I wanna be like stylish. I wanna be like a stylish Vegas lady, you know? Don't really like any of those. Underwear. Oh my. War Maiden's garment. I mean, we can't really see our underwear with everything we're wearing. Is there like a leotard? Is there like a bunny girl leotard? Doesn't. Oh wait, there it is. It's literally a bunny girl. I don't have enough SP for the bunny girl outfit. No. We'll come back to that then. For now, we'll just be a schoolgirl. Everybody likes schoolgirls, right? Yeah, we'll be an armored schoolgirl. There we go. Let's go ahead and finish this astral fissure, and then I think we might be done for the day, depending. An astral fissure was waiting for us when we reached our destination. I had to take care of it and the evil it spawned quickly. Vertical attacks do more damage for me and my opponent. Not a big deal. The power surging from the deep fissure oppressed the entire area. Damn, I didn't know it was a gamer area. Swallowing up even the surrounding sound. That is the hole they were talking about? Give me a break. That ain't just any hole. How troubling. It is certainly beyond our ability to handle. Hey, partner. Is that what you're looking for? I nodded. Maxie shook his head in resignation. Sounds like the rumors about monsters appearing were true. With a burst of light, a warrior appeared from the astral fissure. It let out an earth-shaking roar as it readied its weapon. Rawr! That's my Malfested voice now. Great, I knew this wasn't gonna be easy. Grawr! All right, let's do it.
Battle 1.
Fight! Boop. For those wondering, armor has no effect in this game. In Soul Calibur 4, armor did have effects. My go-to was 200% damage, but 50% health. It was a lot of fun. I could like two-shot people with my Astaroth build. And, you know, a fully charged unblockable attack that has a huge fucking... What's the word? What's the word? I'm sure fighting game fans would be able to tell me. Like when there's like charge up. Oh, looks like that does do scratch damage. You know what? You know what Bazak got? You're done! There we go. I think I might get like bonus points or some shit if I do this. We'll see. KO. Do I get SP for doing this? Because I do want the bunny girl leotard. You win! I won! When does this game start getting hard? The fallen warrior burst into light that soon faded. We done? Jeez, what was that all about? The creature appeared to be human, but it left no trace of its... The creature appeared to be human, but it left no trace of its existence, as though it were a phantom. I'm pretty sure the marks on my body count as traces. Alright, so what about this hole? Staring into the seemingly eternal blackness, I thrust both of my hands into the fissure. Hey, what are you doing? I'm absorbing it, Maxie. This is what I came here for, after all. The hole just vanished. What the hell'd you do? I told Maxie and Heron everything. After a long pause, Maxie gave a slight nod. Okay, well, I got no reason to doubt you after what I just saw. Agreed. I've seen some bizarre things in my life, but nothing like that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Heron. How are you feeling? The mission's done, so you may as well rest up here while I check to see if the road's safe. I'll go replenish our water supply. Rose, some sweets should help perk you up. Help yourself. I do love sweets. I actually have a giant sweet tooth.
Your soul surges in your body.
Ghee and wheat sweets. Alrighty, there we go. I still can't explore the surrounding area. I wanted to go check out the, Wait, I can. Son of a bitch. Alrighty, You know, this is the first episode. I could make it a whole, how to play. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so I'm gonna do the tutorial now, the training mode, so to speak. If you're not interested and you're, leaving for today, thanks so much for watching! Hope to see you again on my next whenever the hell, because I'm not sure when this is going up, and I'm not sure, when my next content is going to happen, but I hope to see you there. Thanks so much, have a wonderful life, and for those of you who are sticking around, I think we'll have some extra fun. I had heard rumors of a famous local dojo run by a well-respected man named Drona, who was reputed to be adept in all martial arts. Damn, what a Chad. All martial arts? I just read that. I made my way across treacherous mountain paths and traversed crumbling ledges before finally reaching my destination, a dojo surrounded by burbling mountain streams. To one side of the dojo, a diverse group of young warriors were enthusiastically practicing with weapons, having come from far and wide. I'd heard many of them even come from royal or noble bloodlines, unlike their master's humble roots. Hail, traveler! What business do you have so deep in the mountains? I told him my name and that I'd come here to learn. Well, Rose, I never refuse anyone with a desire to learn. However, I live in seclusion because I've earned the ire of the local king. If you stay, you too may find yourself with a powerful enemy. Are you sure about this? I nodded, and he continued. Very well, I will train you. But before we begin, let me see your skills. He wants to see my skills? I'm skilled. I'm skilled. Right, guys? I'm skilled. I know how to move, dude. Are you seriously gonna be out here teaching me how to fucking move? Bro, okay, this might be a little boring. There is some good stuff in the tutorial, but I think it might take a while before we get to anything worthwhile. Guarding, you hold the A button. I know, you hold the A button. Look at that, I'm guarding, guys! You could at least stand to attack me more often, you know? Crouching guard. I can crouch guard. Oh, he's got some scars on his back. He's seen some shit, guys. He did hit me once, so I'm basically a scrub now. Low attacks. Yeah, I know how to do a low attack. Reversal edge. That's when you guard right as you get attacked. No, that's the rock, paper, scissors magic. Rock, paper, scissors! Yay! You can drastically increase your soul gauge. Aw, that's interesting. Are you gonna attack me? Oh. Just like that. Okay, there we go. I get it. I get it. I get it. Critical edge. That's your super move. Pressing R2 while the gauge is a 1 or higher will allow you to perform a critical edge, just like this. I like your stamina. I'm not crazy about that line, but I do really like the giant shadowy horse guy that pops up, you know? Soul Charge. That's, I hold left and press start trigger? Yeah. Soul Charge is like a super move. It's like a charge up. Do you guys love pain? That permanently charges me so I can use my drill sword attack all the time, which is my favorite attack of Nightmares, actually. Gauge attacks. Huh, I didn't actually know that. Huh. Soul attacks with quarter circle, quarter circle right. Okay. I want to try a quarter circle right attack on him. Now let's just kick the shit out of him with everything I've learned. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. And it soul charges me. Okay. It soul charges me, but it also doesn't do as much damage as critical edge. Okay, he did hit me. It wasn't a perfect, which means I am made of shame. You appear to have mastered basic fighting techniques. Master Janya's expression grew clouded. Let me tell you a story. When I first began my training, I had a fellow disciple who was slightly older and always looked down on me. I wanted to prove myself against him, so I learned a powerful technique. And yet, when the time came, I still could not defeat him. It turned out I was unable to actually use the technique when the chance came. My folly became evident. Instead of focusing on learning a flashy technique, I should have worked on improving my fundamental skills. So I dedicated myself to practicing the fundamentals. When I was satisfied, I went to challenge him once again, but I was too late. He had lost his life in a war against a neighboring kingdom. That man had a son who claimed vengeance against the one who slew his father only half a year after. Now, he is a warrior even more skilled than his father was. Take this letter of introduction. If you ever have the chance, you should pay him a visit. I took Master Dronya's letter, thanked him, and left the dojo behind. And that is why we are bothering with the tutorial. Yes, there's useful stuff, but you do get unique quests and stuff from Master Dronya about everything he's experienced, you know? When I went to see Master Dronya, he greeted me warmly. Today, our practice would focus on attacks. Dronya or Dronya? I'm gonna say Jonya. It is good to see you again. Master Jonya greeted me with a warm smile when I arrived at his dojo. To what do I owe the pleasure? Come to train, perhaps? If so, I applaud your dedication. Today, I'd like to teach you about the many different attacks you can employ in battle. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out this loading screen, so I'll see you guys in a sec. And we're back, alrighty. So, I can perform a rising attack, or a crouch attack. Yay! Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Rising attacks are actually kind of weird to time. They're not like super weird, but they're a little weird. Dual button attacks. I love dual button attacks. I know. X plus Y performs a strong attack, and Y plus B performs a special action depending on the character. It's hard for me to read because it's behind my webcam. Details for each character's attacks can be viewed. Yeah, okay. Nightmare doesn't actually have that many good dual button attacks. YB is stances for Nightmare, which can be fun.
I like your stamina.
But X and Y doesn't really have anything. It's mostly just attacks on Y for Nightmare. But I'll satisfy this. 8-way run moves. These are moves that run you and you move. Okay. There we go. Throwing is done with left trigger. Or X and A. Oh, there's a back grab? Interesting. See, this was already worthwhile. We learned about back grabs. Special attacks. Break attacks are... Ooh, categorized by streaks of lightning, huh? Wait, that was right bumper. Whoops. Wrong bumper. Or X plus Y. Yeah, I typically just hit X plus Y. So those are good for guard breaking. Okay, that's good to know. Although I typically just grab out of. That is all I know about attack types. Next, I'd like to teach you about the effects you can inflict upon your opponent using attacks. Poison and shit. Yeah, no shit. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and do attacking too. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and skip the loading screen for you because Dranyas seem weirdly long for some reason. Offense is not about attacking wildly. In order to claim victory against a skilled foe, you must know when and where to use what technique. So, let us begin your next lesson. This is absolutely not the voice I had for him. I am made of shame. I'm sorry, guys. I do love Master Dranya. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. Countering. Attacking your opponent as they perform certain actions will activate a counter hit, which increases the attack and number of... Okay, so I have to attack him right as he moves or starts to attack. And that will increase the number of hits and or damage that I can do. Interesting. Stuns. Okay, I was actually very curious about this. Certain attacks will send yellow streaks of lightning, cause them to stagger in. Okay, Oh. Following up with the different stun attacks can initiate a stun combo. But how do I perform stuns? Crushing an opponent's guard with the guard crusher, right? Isn't the break attack supposed to be good on breaking guards? Yeah, it seems like it. It got down to red pretty quick, actually. There we go. Lethal hits. Left bumper while countering a reversal edge will register attack as a lethal hit. Successfully hitting with a lethal hit will slow your opponent down. Pressing LB when countering a reversal edge will register your attack as a lethal hit. Ooh, I see. Wait, no, that didn't work. Oh, I see. It has to be when he's using it like that. Yeah, I see. Lethal hits. Okay, cool. I don't actually know what lethal hits are, still. I don't really get it. I don't really get it. You've grown more skilled, but as you continue to advance, you will no doubt eventually find yourself against a seemingly insurmountable wall. Let me tell you a story from my past. When I was young, I traveled the world as an itinerant warrior. Itinerant? I don't know that word. One day, I was in the distant north of the Ming Empire in a place called Sichuan. I told Drona that Sichuan was in the southwest of the Ming Empire, but he simply looked at me, puzzled. Is it? Really? Well, wherever it may be, I was there. And let me tell you, there was a tribe of fierce warriors. It was during my time with them that I met Hong Yue. Hong Yue was a strong and beautiful young woman. Her slender limbs wielded a blade with great finesse, and her strikes were as quick as lightning. She could fend off any attack, nimbly moving like a young willow tree in the breeze. I immediately fell in love with her. However, she told me she could never love me unless I could best her in combat. In a contest of strength, I'd defeat her easily, but her defense was impenetrable. My attacks were blocked, parried, or avoided. I couldn't even touch her. That was because I had not yet learned how to pierce a talented foe's defense. I have learned a thing or two since then, such as the effectiveness of throws against an opponent who rarely lets their guard down, and that there are special techniques that break through any guard. But back then, she defeated me and said she had no interest in the weak. I left, trained as hard as I could, and returned to face her again. Unfortunately, she had already wed another. If you ever pass through Sichuan, it would do well for you to see her skills for yourself. I am sure the experience would come in handy. Vowing to take his advice to heart, I left the dojo. Alrighty, let's keep going with defense. I visited the dojo to find Drona at the gate, seeing off another visitor. Take care, and don't oversell the skills you've learned here. Got it? That's not my Drona voice. Yes, master. Thank you so much for everything. I promise that one day I'll come back to visit. With those parting words, Drona's student bowed, then began trudging down the mountain path away from the dojo. Sorry to keep you waiting. Back for more training, are you? Well, come on in. When I asked about the man who had just left, Master Drona told me he was a student who had come from the desert in the northern reaches of the Ming Empire. On my way home from my romantic defeat at the hands of Hong Yue, a man saved my life in the desert. The student you just saw came here on that man's recommendation. The desert? To reach India from Sichuan, you have to head southwest. The desert was in the complete opposite direction. Seems like Master Drona is not very good with directions. What's with the perplexed look? Oh, I get it. Training first, talking later. Well, today I'm going to teach you about guarding and evading. Thanks, Drona-chan. Or I suppose it's Drona-sensei, isn't it? Arigato, Drona-sensei. Drona. You just go like this. Wow, I evaded vertical attacks. Ow. Ow. Why is this not counting as me dodging? I guess the timing's really strict. Evading high attacks. You crouch. You crouch. It's that easy. I don't think we needed a tutorial to tell us if you're crouching you can't get hit by high attacks, you know? But maybe I'm just bad, you know? And you can also hop! Oh man, I'm kinda tired. There we go. You hop over the lower attacks, and you stab them. Grapple breaks, huh? Can be performed by pressing any button with X plus. Okay.
Thank you.
I see, so back grapples can only be broken with back attacks. Interesting. That's interesting, I didn't actually know that. This is a good tutorial, honestly, it really is. Like, I've always been a fan of Soul Calibur, but there's a lot of things I don't know. Very good. Those are the fundamentals of defense. Your lessons after this will be much harder. I mean, that one took me a couple tries. I don't know if I can handle much harder, you know? Evading an attack entirely is usually the best option, but in a serious battle, you don't always have that luxury. When you're pressed hard by a dangerous opponent, what do? Well, I'll teach you some techniques that will help you grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. Sounds good. Ukemi. Ukemi Homura. Press A just as you hit the ground. Oh boy. Oh, you have to press a button. Ooh, this is actually hard. I see. So it's like a quick get up then. You can still avoid follow-up attacks by guarding. Yeah, like you could just hit the A button and block, you know? Wake up actions. You can immediately guard while pressing A while on the ground, like that. Pressing an attack button will give you a wake up attack. I mean, that seems like basic tutorial shit, you know? That should have been in, like, the beginning tutorials. Aerial control. Ooh. Good for preventing a ring out, huh? Okay, it looks like aerial control is not that great, but we do have some. Here we go. Guard impacts, that's when you block right as your opponent's attack hits. I know that, actually. And you can also do them artificially. Bro, that has to be like a low attack. There we go. Silly goose. That's actually kind of hot. But I would prefer to be the person in that spot, you know. Resist impacts. Ooh. Deflect even unblockable moves. That's pretty sexy. It's actually kind of sexy. Reverse impacts. Oh, you can guard impact your opponent's guard impact. It's kind of cool. Ow. There we go. So you should have used the super one that I've already forgotten how to do. Reversal edges, right. Right. I knew that. I'm not sure what the point of me doing the tutorial is if I'm just gonna... After the fight, Drona got a nostalgic look on his face and continued the story from earlier. To be quite honest, I have a habit of accidentally going somewhere entirely different from where I intended. That's how I ended up wandering for 3 days and nights in the Gobi Desert. I was on my last legs when a merchant caravan found me. They took me to Kashgar, and that's where I met one incredible fellow. His name was Klitsch. He was a weaponsmith and one talented warrior. He could fight with any weapon and any style under the sun. In battle, he was relentless, giving his opponent very little opportunity to act. He always said he fought to test out the weapons he made, but it was hard to believe that he thought of fighting so casually. I'd never met a fiercer warrior. If only I'd known how to deflect attacks when I was on the defensive, I might have been able to put him off balance. Alas, it was all I could do to block his attacks at the time, and before I knew it, I was defeated. If you're ever in Kashgar, I recommend you go see Klitsch. He's an expert warrior and a first-rate weaponsmith. You won't regret meeting him. A warrior smith? He did sound like someone I'd like to meet. I decided to keep Drona's recommendation in mind. That's why I'm doing it, for Drona-chan. Because, like, all of these stories end up being, you know, like, missions later. You're up early again. Good. Diligence and hard work are the keys to developing a skilled hand and a sound body. Your dedication is admirable. Oh, I'm sorry, I should be doing his voice. Now, let's get you to your final lesson. I'm talking about the clashes that emerge in the heat of battle, which require you to think on your feet. Ooh, the final lesson? That's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. It's the last mission. I'm gonna miss Drona-chan. Alright. Reversal edge clash, stalemate. Pushing the same button will result in a stalemate, and you go in the same one. Boop. The initiator has the clash and they will win in another stalemate. Additionally, their attack will be treated as a lethal hit. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh, that's pretty solid. Alright, reaching a stalemate isn't the only way. You extend one. If you press Y and opponent presses A, you can break through their guard. Oh. And then we can crush their guard. Which gives us quite an opportunity to do whatever we want. Movement. You can also move. If you press X, foreground to move, avoid Y, this to move X, then move back to evade Y. Right? Move forward to dodge X. Okay. Look at that. It's hard for me to read the text sometimes because it's under my my camera. Countering reversal edges. It's not without its flaws. Break attacks and unblockable attacks are unaffected. That's not a break attack. This is. Ooh, that's neat. There we go. Up. Up. There we go. And, you know, you can just walk. You just walk. You just walk. That was a well-fought sparring match. From the flow of battle, I can see that your training so far has been time well spent. Flow, you ask? That's right. Battles ebb and flow, just like tides. You need to read that flow and think 3 moves ahead if you want to win. That's the secret. Oh, so it's like shogi. Speaking of which, remember the merchant caravan that picked me up in the Gobi Desert? They ended up hiring me on as a guard, and together we traveled down to a port in Persia. It was a big city, so I figured I could find a ship that'd take me back to India. As luck would have it, I soon boarded a trading ship on its way to India, which promptly was sucked by a raging tempest as soon as we left the Persian Gulf. For days, I floated on a piece of driftwood until I washed up on the shores of Africa. My clothes were tattered and torn, but I still had my weapon. Of course, that just made the natives think I was a pirate, and I soon found myself fighting off a local warrior by the name of Wolde. I'd like to believe that we were evenly matched in strength and speed, but Wolde was far more experienced than I. He could read the flow of battle like a book. I couldn't, and whenever we clash, I foolishly tried to pull off the same move time and time again. That's why I lost. Fortunately, I managed to clear up the misunderstanding. Wold and I grew close, and eventually we swore an oath of friendship. Sounds kinda gay. He invited me into his home in Axum, and that's where I met his sister, the woman who would become my wife. If you ever have the opportunity to go to Axum, make sure to meet Wold. He's an incredible warrior. And if you wouldn't mind, please tell him I'm extremely grateful for everything he's done for me, and that his sister and I are both happy and healthy. That's sweet. That's sweet. And one last training. One last training. The nature of battle is ever-changing. If you would continue to stand on the front lines, then you must stay abreast of the newest techniques. Think I can handle that. He said breast. Boobies. 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 I'm mature. Alright. Soul attacks. Absolute soul. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know that. Just like that. And now I'm supercharged, which means I can slice him to death. Resistance impact. I don't know about that. Powerful guard impacts with this. You can deflect even break attacks and unblockables. Oh man. Broke my shirt off. God, we're getting so much fan service from this series. That was not my intention with showing my beautiful Earthlings this series, okay? It wasn't just an excuse to get anime titties on my screen. Victory smiles upon those who seek new wisdom and skills, who spare no effort in the pursuit of greater strength. I pray the skills I teach you today will be of some use to you. Thanks, Thanks, Drone. I love him. I really do. He's a cool guy. And now that's it for Drona, actually. So I guess I will see you guys next time, you know? Thanks so much for watching this episode of Soul Calibur, and I guess I'll see you whenever we see each other again. Bye-bye!